summertime and the cherries need picking. Hello there my friends, welcome back to the Strawberry Project. Beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in Old Blighty. I'm actually going through apple country at the moment. Apples grown here for Bulmer's cider. So yeah, I'm on my way to my friends Emma and Kev. They got some beautiful cherries that have been just swelling in this beautiful sunshine. So I was going to pick me some and we're going to make a cherry pie. I always like to make a cherry pie every year. I don't know why. I must get out more. So yeah, just taking a very leisurely drive through the country lanes. And we got apples to the left of me, apples to the right. And here I am, stuck in the middle with you, my friends. I've got my windows down and my wayfarers on, baby. Let's go picking. So this is what you call shopping. Don't know if you can see. Oh. I'm going to try and hold it, Kev, and pick some off. Yeah. Oh, I'll have that one there, mate. Look at these. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's great, mate. That's perfect. So I've got these lovely cherries of my friend Emma and Kev. Just look at them. Now I had 2 trays full. I've already gone through 9 kilos, but I need another kilo for a cherry pie, which I promised I'd make them. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. All we need to do now, because I've sorted through them, is pit them with the old pitting machine. Okay. Couldn't be any easier with this wonderful contraption. Job is a good one. Wonderful bit of kit. One of those bits of kit you buy and it sits in your kitchen drawer all year and you think, I ain't never going to use that again, until you get some cherries and you're glad you did. But it will also do damsons and olives, so yeah, good bit of kit to have. Right, you don't want to see me do all these. I'll be back shortly. Very satisfying. Where did that one go? Oh. Nice work if you can get it. Right, I'll give that a weigh up. Oh, it's got my name on. You know I love my vintage kit. A beautiful set of scales. So I'm looking for a kilo, 2.2 pounds to the kilo. I don't know what it is, but it's just something about this old kit. You haven't got to plug it in and it just works. So all I'm doing is adding a few in by eye just to make up that few ounces I need. I think that'll do us. Okay, my beautiful friends, what a wonderful selection of ingredients. I've got a note here. I had to write it down, there's so much. So it says, all right, babe, your sandwich is in the fridge. Don't forget to let the cat out. Wrong one. On the other side. So for the filling, we got 2.2 pounds of our lovely pitted cherries. We've got some lemon juice. You want the juice of a lemon. I was up all night squeezing that and putting that in there. 2 tablespoons of a cherry jam, but I like to use wonderful raspberry. Just add a little extra, whatever it is. I've got 5 ounces of caster sugar, and then to thicken it a little, we've got a little bit of, you can use arrowroot or corn flour. So for the filling then, cherries, jam, sugar, arrowroot and lemon juice, and of course always good pinch of salt. And then for the pastry, I have got 14 ounces of plain flour. I have got, beautiful, some cocaine, 3 tablespoons of icing sugar or confectioner's sugar, and then obviously what all the fuss was about with the eggs, which I don't spill this. I've got 4 of those wonderful egg yolks, and that's what makes this pastry lovely and rich. And then in the fridge I have got some water chilling, because we'll use a few tablespoons of water to make up the pastry and a few tablespoons of ice cold water just to get these going. So first off, pastry. Actually, that was a lie. I forgot the main ingredient for the pastry is 9 ounces of cold diced butter. Ah man, I'd forget my balls if they weren't in the bag. 1 bowl, 1 sieve, in with our flour, the 14 ounces of plain flour, in with the 3 tablespoons of the icing sugar. You know the drill here. Just like that. Into that, a nice pinch of salt. Bring on the mixer. Good old Madge of some mix. Now you can do this the old school way if you want to, but life is too short to do that gentle mixing of the flour and the butter till we get like the fine breadcrumbs. If you've got a processor like this, it is definitely the way forward. We fire her up and then drop in our butter, just like that. As you can see there, look. So I've added, can you see that? Got my 4 egg yolks here. Just added 4 tablespoons of water to it. Now, let's see if Madge is up to the job. What you want to do is drizzle a little bit in at a time. Maybe too much for the machine. We'll soon find out. But you want to mix it until it comes into a ball. Our lovely pastry, our sweet pastry, absolutely wonderful for this. Just a little bit of flour, and what we need to do is just knead this. Haven't got to go mad. Just work it a little bit. And then we can gather it up, just like that. Squash it down, halve it, cover it in cling film, and then refrigerate for an hour. So yeah, beautiful. Nothing scientific. In, spin, shape, refrigerate. In, spin, shape, refrigerate. I'm a poet, man. Regular Shakespeare. So in the meantime then, while that's on chill, we go over to the stove and get that filling rocking. In, spin, shape, refrigerate. Oh dear. McCartney and Lennon are shitting themselves. So a nice pan or saucepan. Now if you're using the Kirsch or even creme de cassis, the blackcurrant one would be absolutely stunning. You want to be using about 100 ml. I'm just going to use some water purely because I haven't got any of the former. So just a little bit of water, and then just look at that. My favourite jam is 2 tablespoons of raspberry conserve. Just cook that out for a minute or so. So again, we're going to build up the flavours here. Wonderful. So in with our 2.2 pounds of cherries. Oh, bit of leaf there, man. Then sprinkle in our caster sugar. 5 ounces of. And literally just let it do its thing for 5 or 10 minutes. Bearing in mind we want to keep the fruit as whole as possible. Lovely. And then juice of a lemon. You can see forms its own juice in the bottom. What we'll do is once this has had a few minutes with the loving, the cherry loving, we'll add a bit of arrowroot or corn flour just to thicken it up. Wonderful English cherries. You cannot beat them. You cannot beat these. You saw me pick them, man. That lovely juice there. So we want that in the pie. So with the old arrowroot or corn flour, I'm breaking the ultimate rule of corn flour. I'm not slaking it down with a bit of water. Just going to get it in there and just let it cook out before I turn the heat up, and then this will thicken this lovely fruity bowl of goodness. Just cook out the starchiness first, and we can get some heat under it and make the ultimate filling. So as you can see, if you look in there, that juice is thickened. Just give it a while longer and we are there. Look at that. Oh, wonderful. Right, I'll turn that off and let it cool down. Beautiful. So I just got my pastry out the fridge. Have a look at that, set up nicely. Been in there an hour, so I'm going to give that 10 minutes. Get it rolled out. In the meantime, this is cooled nicely. Look how nice and thick that is now. You can give it a stir. Make sure it's all mixed up before we get it in the dish. Oh, look at it. Right then, get a bit of flour down. Now obviously, if you've got a pie dish, use a pie dish. I did have a pie dish, but I took a pie to Emma and Kev at the farm where the cherries were from. So I'm using, I suppose, a cake dish. It don't matter. It don't matter. Right. Get a bit on the old rolling pin. So you roughly want to just mark out the tin. At the end of the day, you know, I ain't no baker. If it's a rustic pie, it's a good pie. So I buttered it. Just manipulate it in. Bit of fixing, bit of repairing. It ain't no big deal. But yeah, looks a bit of alright to me, my friend. So just get it in there like that. In with the cherries and their lovely sauce. Nice and full. Just lightly press it down. So we want it till it's gently swelling, is the official term. If it wasn't, it is now. Oh yeah, it smells absolutely amazing. Now if I had some ground almonds, I would sprinkle some on, but I ain't. Unfortunately, so we can't. Look at that. Time for the lid. Let's get our lovely pie. Just a bit of egg wash around it. I'm not worried about these bits. We're going to fettle that, join it all up. Just need a bit of glue just to glue this lid down. Right, just going to give this a little fettle, bring it all in. But I always like to make a cherry pie every year. Look at that. Hey, how's that looking? You can see all those cherries underneath. Now I just do that so it's easier to get out of the finished pan. And then put a hole in. Eggy egg wash. Now I've got my oven preheated to 200 degrees. That's a fan assisted oven. If you haven't got a fan assisted oven, 220, and we're going to do an initial cook of 20 minutes just to set it, take it out, and we will egg wash it again, turn it down to 180, and then cook it for 30 to 40 minutes. But yeah, look at that. Sweet cherry pie. Tastes so good, make a grown man cry. So, after 20 minutes, at that initial higher heat, 220 gas to 200 fan, take it out. Now I've turned the oven down to 180 or 160 if you've got a fan assisted. I'm just going to give it a little dressing of egg again. I like to just fettle. I can't help it. And then we're going to put it in on that lower heat for 30 to 40 minutes. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Looking amazingly good. It's beautiful. Now we're going to have a look at this in 10 minutes, and if it's starting to brown too much on the top, we can just put a bit of foil on to protect it. But yeah, have a look at that. Wonderful. What do you think of that then? So that's had that initial high heat for 20 minutes. We turned it down to 180 or 160 if you've got the fan oven. And I've given this 40 minutes, but just have a look. Oh, look at it, look, look. Oh, yeah. All we need to do now is let that cool. Okay then, the moment of truth. Have a look at that beauty. Absolutely stunning. Okay, we've waited long enough. Let's get a suitable knife to cut this bad boy. Go with that one. Oh, wow. That ain't too shabby, is it? Just look at that. Oh, I can't wait to get into this. Right, let's not muck about anymore. I'm going straight in. I'm just going to take a bite. I don't know which way to tackle this without it just falling to bits. It's absolutely amazing. Pastry is perfect, sweet, not soggy, there's no soggy bottom. The fruit has remained intact, remained its integrity. Just look at that. Oh, okay. I want to sit down and enjoy that properly. Enjoy it, indulge. But there you have it. My wonderful seasonal cherry pie. So if you've liked what you've seen here today on the SRP, please click subscribe. You know where the button is down here. Also check me out on my social media, my Facebook, my Twitter and my Instagram at the Scott Reed Project. Like this, share it, but most of all, get your cherries and make it a sweet cherry pie. It tastes so good and make a grown man cry. Take care, my friends. Oh, easy, tiger.